surely not going to read a whole page about myself to you. So 3 quick things and let's move on. In the middle paragraph, it says my name is Richard Kurtz. I go by Rick. The first sentence in the first paragraph, it says I have been in the real estate training and education business since 1984. I'd like you all to know that this May was our 35th year in business. It has been a really long time. It's been a really great time. I'm very proud to tell you that. I feel very privileged at this point in my career. I truly do. I can't even believe it's been that long. There is a massive amount of detail on here about me and my firm if you wish to know all that. But just to sum it up real quick and move on. I want to show the founder of the company. I think you should know that. I'm actually here in place of one of our folks today. I'm very happy to be here. I don't get to do a lot of meetings like this these days. And it turns out the one that I decided to do, we have a fuel leak in Orange County, and we pulled off and had to come back to the gate, and then I boarded another plane and had to get off that. And the third one got me here, and I can't believe I'm here at this time. Seriously, it's been a stressful morning. I apologize. But more important than that, much more specifically, why I am here, why you are here, I want you to know that for 35 years, my firm has done one thing. We've done the same thing for 3 decades, folks. And what we do is we specialize in increasing a residential real estate agent's business. That is what we do, and we do it very differently, as I'm very confident you'll see and enjoy very much today. Next, last sentence in the first paragraph, please. It says that I have been responsible for training over 500,000 agents. It's a lot of people. We don't even keep track anymore. How did that happen? Long story short, we are a consulting firm. We are a very large real estate consulting firm. We specialize in training agents at the office level like you. We specialize in systems and tools for realtors. To keep it more simple, my firm is the primary resource for all the tools, all the training, all the systems, and all the consulting for Sotheby's, nationally, internationally. Christie's, most of RE/MAX, Coldwell Banker, Century 21, Berkshire Hathaway, blah, blah, blah. We are the company behind the scenes that agents at the office level like you would not know who we are, and you would not have easy access to us unless we came to you. We are the people the large brands come to on a very large level to get the systems, to get the tools. My firm builds the tools and systems for a brand. We hand them off to them in a generic manner, and then they modify them and use them. Everybody with me there?
Yes.
And in that very unique work, we meet very unique, highly productive realtors that do things very different for our ever-changing industry. And 6 of the top agents in America agreed to build a system with me for my firm, which I'm going to introduce you to, which I'm confident you'll love. All right, moving on. Please open up the handout like this so you can see both pages. And for the courtesy of everybody here, to state the obvious, please put your cell phones on silent so others aren't interrupted. Okay? So the back of the front page here, this is about today's consumer. Yeah, she's making copies. She'll be right back. This is about today's consumer. Straightforward, simple, practical, professional facts. Please look at them. You'll relate to them all, I'm sure. The front of the second page right here, folks, this is about realtors in the past and the present. So thank you for looking at these. I really appreciate it. I can see that you folks are, and that's great. And you'll relate to this meeting in a big way. It's much different than what you folks are used to, I'm sure of that. But if you guys listen to what I have to say about these 2 pages in the next 3 to 4 minutes, I am 100% sure, I am 200% sure you will learn way more than reading these over again. Please raise your hand if you need the cream-colored handout. This nice lady is very, very helpful and professional, and she'll get you one. So, I have seen the residential real estate business in America, folks, change more in the last 8 to 10 years than the last 30 I've spent in it. And all of you nice people who came here to listen to this today understand that. Agreed?
Yes.
Agreed?
Yes.
You can be new in this room, and good for you, man. What an awesome market to be a real estate professional. You can be a 30-year veteran like me and perhaps some of you, and everybody understands we've had change. So I'm here to educate you today. So what happened to the real estate business in America? The internet, right?
Yes.
What did the internet do to our fantastic business? It did the same thing to us. It did to travel and insurance folks. It just took longer, but now it's come to a head. What the internet did to residential real estate in North America, very simply, is it gave people access to our data that used to be exclusive and proprietary only to us. Agreed?
Yes.
Yes.
And consumers love that, don't they?
Yes.
The internet's non-threatening. It does not require people to talk to us up front. And that has empowered today's consumer in a massive way. It has given them a massive education and a form of control. Right?
Yes.
And as a result of that, today's consumer now treats nice, professional, hardworking people like you totally different than they used to treat you. And I was around when it was different. And so were many of you. So what is the difference today? Well, I don't believe that a realtor in America, in any market, in any city, in any state, I do not believe that realtors today meet with consumers anywhere. And that consumer wasn't on the internet before you met with them. I mean, come on now, you'd be. Right?
Yes.
Yes.
So we're a big company. We interviewed, 800 and something consumers last year. It's a lot of people. Let me tell you what 90+% of them said to us. Over 90% of the people that we interviewed, they said that they have the apps loaded on their phone about real estate. Things that I'm not fond of at all. Things like Zillow, Redfin, Trulia, things of that nature. You're all familiar with those, yes?
Yes.
For the record, up front, I'm not a fan at all. I think I'm probably their worst fan. But I run a business, and I'm in this industry in a big way, and they are a reality. Plain and simple. How much of a reality are they? Well, I have 3 updates on my phone this morning from Redfin about properties that my wife Chris and I own. I'm not special. Anybody who registers for the update service can get those free every day if they'd like. Right?
Yes.
What's the learning point? I registered for that service 17 months ago, maybe 18, after a consulting meeting with those folks. That was very uncomfortable. Because I was really curious how the update service would work and what it would offer me. And I've got to tell you folks, regardless of my negative feelings about those firms, those people have never missed updating me or my wife one day. Not once for 17 months have they missed. In one click, I can find out what's sold, what's pending, the average days on the market, the average price, the average turnover, more, without talking to a realtor. But see, that's the world today, regardless of what I think and what you think. Agreed?
Yes.
Next. Thank you, dear. Do you nice people know, and will you please just make a dozen copies of that, and I don't need them right away. Thank you. Please say thank you to Sam.
Thanks, Sam.
Thank you. You're wonderful. Okay. Do you nice people know that Amazon's in the real estate business?
Yes.
Okay. So I have insisted that my team, at any meeting, anywhere, ask how many people have been contacted by Amazon regarding the real estate business via text or email in the last 90 days. So let's just take a test. I'm not going to ask for any input. How many of you have been contacted by Amazon regarding real estate via text or email in the last 3 to 4 months? Please raise your hands. 1. Interesting. So our average meeting that my team does is 26 to be specific. Call it 20 to 30. We're averaging 2 to 3 a meeting. Amazon's in the real estate business, folks. Here's what I know. I don't know the details. I know they've been working on it for 4 years. What do I know about Amazon? I know the same thing you do. They make a lot of money. How much are they worth? 990 billion, like on a normal day. They've exceeded $1 trillion. The market's choppy. They'll get to $1 trillion and not go back. What else do we know about Amazon? They are excellent at putting everything in one place for a consumer. I don't know if there's anybody better on planet Earth putting everything in one place for a consumer, making it streamlined, professional, and seamless. They have proven that. Agreed? Consumers love them. What is Amazon going to do to the real estate business? Do you guys all know they acquired Whole Foods? Do you know that?
Yes.
Okay, cool. That was their quick connect into grocery. They're into it all. Pharmaceuticals, health, grocery, real estate, insurance, all of it. What do they do every time in every business? The same thing. What are they going to do in real estate? They're going to put the realtor, the transaction, the mortgage, the title, the stager, the pool guy, the utilities, and anything else they can, all in one place. And they're going to do it well, and consumers are going to love it. And why is that? Because consumers are not loyal to us. There are cool people out the door, I get it. But at the end of the day, people out that door are trying to go around us today. And you all know it. This is one of the most competitive markets in America. To say that it's cutthroat is an understatement. That would be unprofessional to position this meeting in that manner. This is one of the most competitive in North America. People out that door talk a big game, but at the end of the day, they'll go for a better deal. They're not loyal. We have been, you guys, there's a major trust issue between consumers and realtors, and there has been for 35 years I've been in business. And I don't like saying this, but you can't like everything I say today. We have been ranked below car salesman attorneys since I started my corporation. And it's worse now than ever as far as trust, and you can thank the internet for that. According to the NAR, which reports me to death more than any association, they report us to death. They claim that today's consumer is 4.23 something times more educated about the real estate business, how a realtor works, and how a realtor gets paid than they were 2.5 years ago. And even if they're half wrong, it's a lot, and I don't think they're half wrong. Next, do you guys know that Zillow is in the real estate business?
Yes.
They fibbed to the public for 3 years. I know of. Shame on them. We're in real estate. We're not. Yes, we are. We think we are. Yes, they are. They went into the Arizona market just over 3 years ago. They went smack into the center of Phoenix and killed it. Crushed the place. They went immediately into Nevada next door and did the same. Currently, they're in Atlanta, the Carolinas, Denver, Texas, oh gosh, et cetera, and they're coming into 22 more markets within the next 4 months. Zillow's real estate business is called Instant Offers. Have you heard of it?
Yes.
Zillow's past CEO of the last 10 years, Spencer, who is a really bright man, stepped down 2 months ago, three months ago, something like that. Okay. Richard Barton replaced Spencer. Richard is the founder of Expedia. Expedia is the reason why we do not have many travel offices anymore. They were the first one to the game. Priceline, all the other travel players, Orbitz, they followed Richard. He won. Richard is the co-founder of Netflix. Richard is the founder or co-founder of Glassdoor. Richard is one of the most powerful men in our country. If anybody can change Zillow's real estate business and give consumers more options to buy real estate without a realtor, it is Richard. Have you looked at the media in the last 60 days as far as the response that Zillow is getting in relation to their instant offers business? I'll save you the effort. Okay? You guys, they're getting over $200 million worth of inquiries from sellers per day. They go direct to sellers in any market they are in, and yes, they are coming. They go direct to the seller. They offer to pay cash for the house. These are the facts. They pay an average of 94%. They close escrow within 48 hours, 72 max. They stage the home quickly. They fix it up if necessary. They repair if necessary. Then they give those listings back to They're premium agents in that market that pay them thousands every month. They have interviewed the top agents in all the states of America, and they have warned these agents, because I know who they all are, and I'm proud to tell you most of my clients. Because we deal with the top 0.5% and you'll see. They're going to these agents in every market, asking them if they are prepared to take 500 listings per month from them. These are transactions that would normally go to realtors in the market. These are the facts. This is not theory or rhetoric. Next and last, do you guys know who Redfin is?
Yes.
Redfin's a really good company, totally opposite. They are about 14 years old now, for your education. They were originally financed by Microsoft. They went public last summer. I believe Microsoft still is the largest shareholder. Redfin's a totally different model, wildly successful. Redfin does everything for 1.5% total. They've lowered it to 1% total in 18 of the largest markets in America, and more to follow. They go to realtors like you, nice people, and they hire you to work for their corporation as an employee. They pay them a salary. Then they pay them incentives, bonuses, commissions based on performance. They're not good, they're excellent. They're wildly successful. They employ thousands of agents, fact, and they are upping their game in a big way. Please don't ask me the company or the name. Okay, we respect privacy. One of my team members did a meeting in Marin County. Y'all know where that is, right?
Yes.
Specifically just past Sausalito. I can't remember the high-end market there. Anyway, the top agent in the office, when they were done with the meeting, came up, was very interested and signed up for our program, and she told my associate that she has lost 4 listings to a Redfin agent in the last 6 months in a farm that she's been focusing on and lives in for the last 22 years. These are the facts. Moving on. This is a great business. This is a very profitable, lucrative, rewarding career. I get it. I spent 3 decades working with nice folks like you, but this is not the business it used to be in America. It is not the consumer out the door it used to be, and this business surely does not require the skill set and tools it used to require. Thus, that's why I'm here, and that's why you came today. Moving on. Back on the second page says, save yourself time, energy, and money. Thank you very much. I don't like talking about time and money at meetings, please. 1, 2, 3 is what you need to do. So you can imagine in 35 years working with hundreds of thousands of agents, how much I've learned about how people treat time and money in real estate, right? I've learned my share. Here are the most intelligent, professional things that I could share with you. 1, there is a huge difference, folks, between someone's opinion and the facts. Everybody has an opinion. Agreed? Mm-hmm. Some people have way more than one, respectfully. Then there are the facts. Focus on the facts. Be educated. Number 2, I'm yet to meet a realtor in North America, regardless of ambition, tenure, or success. Okay, that's not well-intended. I feel everybody has been well-intended that has crossed my path. Is that fair? Yes. But everybody's different. I call it different strokes for different folks, for example, so you learn. We have a lot of people who work for us, hundreds. I'm proud to tell you that. Some people, you walk into their office, they're very tidy personally, professionally, right? Mm-hmm. They're the kind that they don't leave at night until the stapler and the pencil are in the same place. You know those kind of people, right? Mm-hmm. That's awesome. They're great. Then there are people that you walk in their office and it looks like a weapon hit it. Twice. Dead on. Right? But they do pretty well. Different strokes for different folks. Number 3, I'm yet to meet a realtor, regardless of differences, that doesn't want to work less hours and that doesn't want to make more money. Because people that don't want to work less hours and that don't want to make more money should probably reconsider that thought, don't you think? Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I'm not the guy that jumps up and down in front of any group, nor have I taught my team to ever jump up and down and ask people if they want to be more successful, because here are the facts. Everybody in this room knows exactly how it's going for you financially before I go any further. You know exactly how it's going for you yourself, your business, and your family. Agreed?
Yes.
And everybody in here is good at math. Because realtors are really good at math, you guys. Even if they flunked math in school, I have learned that they're experts at math, especially when they're getting paid. Respectfully. So we're going to do the math one time, not twice. Because I want to make sure that we are on the same page. So, if I was to ask you what the average transaction that occurs in your county in a dollar amount, what would you tell me it is? Would you tell me the average transaction is 700, 800? Would you tell me it's north of $1 million?
Yeah.
So we're going to do it this way. There's a lot of people here. How many of you think the average transaction is between 800 and $1 million? Raise your hand. Cool. How many of you think it's north of $1 million? How many of you won't answer no matter what I say? Not a tough question. So, is it reasonable that the average commission on one side of one deal in this county is $20,000?
Yes.
Is everybody cool with that?
Yes.
You all know it's more, right?
Yes.
But I'm a very cautious man. I'm an educated man. And I've spent 3 decades working with folks like you, so let's take 20. So 20 times 10 is 200. 20 times 20 is 400. We're done. Some people will, some people won't, some people watch in real estate. This business, this market, this county is not for people who won't or watch. It really never was. But people got away with murder for years. But now it's come to a head. It's called the internet. And consumers have choices. Do the math. This business is for people who run a business. As far as time goes, what's it like in America? And I'll teach you how these 6 realtors get around it. What's it like in San Jose, New York, Denver, LA, Orlando? Because it's all the same. Doesn't matter where. You know what consumers do to nice people like you? They call a nice realtor Friday night at 8 o'clock, right? And they expect that same person to show up Saturday morning at 9 and drop everything that's going on. Right?
Right.
And if that, I know. And if that one won't do it, I'll just call one that will. They think we're all the same. I disagree. They're all trying to go around us out there, and you all know it. Politely. It is so professionally, politely important that you guard your time, you run a business, and you have a system. That is why I'm here. So, if I summed up this meeting in one word, here it is. So, please look at Save Yourself Time, Energy, Money. Please look at the first letter of each word and read it down vertically. What does that spell, you guys?
System.
Don't you guys think that's cool? Maybe I think that's cooler than you. My oldest boys tell me, Dad, you shouldn't have your guys do that. It's weird. I think it's cool. They're real big now. They give me a lot of grief. Systems create a consistent, predictable outcome. Here we go. I'm going to pick up the pace. If I go too fast, say, Rick, slow down. I won't leave this room until all questions are answered. I'm not going to put you on the spot and ask those immature salesy questions. Less experienced people do every 3.5 minutes. Please relax. I'm the opposite guy. You should ask yourself one thing. You want to get the most of the short time we have together today? I assume you do. First thing, first order of business. Do you have a system? Everyone in here needs one, with or without me and my team or your firm. You all know that? Polite reminder. The most successful business people in the world all have a system. Why? Because they create a predictable, consistent outcome. Polite reminder. Me, you, Starbucks, McDonald's, top agents, big business, small business. That's why I'm here. That's what this is about. Do you have one? Yes or no? It's not a maybe. You know you do. Because if you have one, you know it works because it always works. It generates X appointments every week, which equals X deals every month. The more you give it, the more you get. Provides you luxury, freedom, consistency. Second order of business. Please keep track of what you know and what you do to what I teach you these 6 realtors do. This is a very different meeting. It's the opposite of what people like you are used to today. And we know it. This system was created, is taught by, and is used by 6 of the top agents in America every day. These are not speakers. These are not trainers. These are folks like you that work for the same companies you do. They don't like to spend money. They don't like to work a lot of hours. They've all wasted a fortune doing things wrong online and off the last 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 years. Okay? They've all been through my ferry more than once. They've all been through Tom Ferry more than once, Brian Buffini, Craig Proctor, Ninja, and 9 more. And I think every one of those people has something to offer, don't you agree?
Yes.
But I'm not in that business. I'm not in the seminar business, I'm not in the coaching business, I'm in the systems business. To give you an idea of who these 6 people are and how privileged we are they even work with our firm, of the 6, I've got the #1 agent in the entire state of Texas. The state, you guys, not Dallas, not Houston, it's a big place. His name is Stuart, he's an unbelievable guy. I've got the #1 agent in the state of Illinois, Leslie McDonald. She specializes in the high end of Chicago and Illinois. She's unbelievable. I've got the top agent in the state of Oregon, Rob, blah, blah, blah. You guys, these people are not good. There's plenty of good agents. These people are not the best, okay? These are literally the top 1/2 of 1% in America. And I'm privileged to even work with me. And everybody learns when they get into our business. Everybody learns when they get into real estate, right? That top producers don't like to share. And these people share it all. So when I tell you they share it all, so you learn. So my firm's 35 years old. We've made a lot of mistakes. We've had a lot of success. So what are we good at? We're good at working with realtors at the office level like you. We're experts at packaging content for realtors like you, putting it all in one place for 2019 and insulating you in years ahead. That's it. We're really good at it. And when I tell you everything's there in one place, I really mean it. You can see for yourself. What else are we good at? You'll appreciate this, because some of you are looking at that going, oh my gosh. We know you won't do all that. So I'll say this one time for the good of the group. You won't do all that, you can't do all that. If you attempt to do 25% of this, you're going to blow up and die on me. So, for the good of the group, less is more, quality versus quantity. You can't do every deal, you don't want every deal. You can't be all things to all people and everything to everybody. That's a very, very sure way to burn money, have no life, and freak out. You do not want a niche, you nice Northern California people need a niche. I'll reframe it. You do not want to specialize your business, you nice people have to specialize your business. You have to specialize. If you do not build a niche, gain market share, specialize, what you are going to do is wave your flag in the middle of the market, and you're going to say, I'm going to compete with Amazon, and Zillow, and Trillion, Redfin, and make no mistake, folks, all those companies and their competitors are in second gear of 6. And Amazon claims they'll be out by year's end. We think it'll be third quarter. I promise you, the day Amazon comes out, all those companies will go from second gear to 5th overnight. If you think that they're offering the consumer choices now, put your seatbelt on, because it's going to change so much by the end of this year, people won't believe it. I'm going to go to the next slide. I have to politely ask you this because I'm noticing a lot of you are doing it. Please do not record this meeting or photograph anything I put up on this screen. It is all proprietary. I have a contractual obligation to tell you that and control that. So I'm going to go to the next slide. I'm going to take 5 minutes right out of this meeting. We spent 6 months out your door in your entire region doing due diligence. Working day in, day out with realtors like you in this market, interviewing consumers, going on meetings with them. And I'm going to start right now with this. So what are these people good at? They're not good, they're proven. Everything here is proven, there's no nonsense, they do it every day. They work in offices just like you do. What's most important to these 6 agents? Appointments. What's most important to every intelligent realtor on planet Earth? Appointments. Why is that? Because no appointments equal no deals, and no deals equal no commissions, so why would anybody sell real estate? Agreed?
Yes.
First order of business, ask yourself, I won't put you on the spot, it's rude and uncool in front of people. Ask yourself this. It's Friday. Thanks for being here, by the way. It's a full house and it's a holiday weekend. Thank you. How many appointments have you had this week? It's Friday. Everybody knows how it's going. Yes? How was last week? How's next week looking? How was last month? Because if you work with my team and we looked at your appointment calendar the last 3, 6, 9, 12 months, I promise you that the times when your appointment calendar is the most active is always when you're the most successful. It never lies. There's no misunderstanding. What is the most important profitable appointment for a builder? A listing appointment. Why? Because in America, if you list property, you have the contractual right and people have to come to you. It's very different abroad. And if you are a pro and have systems like this and you list a lot of real estate and control the listings, you garnish more buyers automatically anyway. Agreed?
Yes.
You're not going to hear me talk about buyers a lot. Just know it up front. I'm focusing on the seller side today. This system has the best buyer program I've seen in my career. But if you control listings, they're coming to you anyway, and you then reserve the right to do a two-sided deal if you wish. And at your commissions, that's big money. I'm going to go to the next slide. I'm going to take another 5 minutes of rhetoric out and make a comment. None of these people cold call or door knock. No one does. They haven't for years. It's not what we do. That's not what they do. It's not what we teach. I won't be talking about it. They all do marketing. They do very little of it. I repeat, very little. They spend very little money, very little time doing very little marketing. Why? Because they wasted a fortune doing a lot of marketing that didn't work, and a lot of money over the last 2, 4, 6, 8 years, like perhaps some of you did. They've all been through the buying leads and the nonsense of zip codes and doing, all that massively expensive stuff that really didn't work. An ad, a letter, a mailer, a newsletter, a postcard, a flyer, an email campaign, a web strategy, a sign, a handout, social media. Whatever you want, it's cool. It's all here. Dozens of each, different strokes, different folks. Here we go. Your goal should be to get people to raise their hand and listen to what you have to say. I want you to ask yourself this before I explain this to you. How good are you at getting people to raise their hand and meet with you and listen to what you have to say? Because until you get decent at getting people to raise their hand and meet with them every week, your only other option is to cold call and door knock, because there's no luck in real estate and people are trying to go around this. A really massive way to build your business is to build trust. A no-brainer way is to guarantee your performance in writing for a buyer and a seller. Market it and position it weekly, monthly. There's 19 different guarantees in this program. They're all different, template driven. Let's start here with Stuart. So Stuart works in Austin, you guys. He specializes in luxury homes in Austin, Texas, and 1 acre plus properties. Stuart offers people a communication guarantee. Why would you nice people do that? Because look at the bottom paragraph. Communication is the #1 reason that home sellers in America are not satisfied with their agents. It is not because I say so. Today's about education. The statistical fact is, you guys, other than not getting their home sold, communication is the #1 issue most of the time. Look at what this man does. This is excellent. Proven. Simple. Stuart gives you a communication guarantee. Middle paragraph. Stuart will communicate with you each and every week if the home is listed with him by phone or email. If he fails to contact you during any given week, he will reduce the commission payable by you by $100. There is no limit to the number of times the $100 reduction can be implemented. I said, geez, man, that's really good, Stuart. He said, Rick, you have no idea how easy, how good. You guys should teach everybody you meet in every meeting. I said, okay, we will. What do we do? He said, go 1, 2, 3. They're all realtors just like me. No fluff. Everybody will get it in a minute. The first thing you need to tell everybody is super easy for me. It's proven. People love it. My competition does not do this. And with all due respect, I politely insist you remind them of the obvious, because they'll learn more, and they all know anyway. Politely remind them that my competition is not good at communication at all. And this separates me right up front, especially with my busy, educated, professional clientele. And I said, I agree. #2, put yourself in my chair. I'll take it anywhere you want. I'll teach you how to get deals. So we spent 6 months out there. No joke. I understand the market, but it's more professional that you tell me instead of me telling you. So my wife's name is Chris, and if Chris and I lived in the San Jose region, let's call it that, please. If we lived around here and we were going to sell our home, okay? Do you guys think it's normal around here? Is it realistic? Is it normal for you that if someone around here goes to sell their home, are they typically interviewing more than one realtor before they do it?
Yes.
Yes. Absolutely true. I'll take any number you want. Realistically, on average, as a group, how many realtors do you nice people think is a reasonable, realistic number that people pretty much typically always interview? How many?
3.
You're precisely correct. That's what we found out. We do get a lot of 4s and 5s around here, though. But let's take 3. So, Agent 1, Agent 2, Agent 3, I'm the seller. Rick and Chris. Agent 1 is a pro. They got the first appointment with Chris and I. You nice folks always want the first appointment. Always. You guys, pros always want and get the first appointment. That's why most of you are nodding yes at me. You're experienced. Pros know it's so much easier to eliminate their competition with class, especially when you're educated and you have tools like this. Agent 1 takes this document prior to coming to our home. Keyword prior, before. It's all template driven. They personalize it. Takes them 2 minutes. They put it on company letterhead. They make copies for Chris and I, and they show up at my house. Everybody with me so far? Yeah. Agent 1 walks in the door, says, Mr. and Mrs. Kurtz, I really appreciate you seeing me today. I'm a professional agent. I don't want to waste your time or mine today. I'm confident you're probably going to be more than one realtor around here, I'm sure. I have a system for everything I do. Mr. and Mrs. Kurtz, could I please go through a couple things real quick before we go any further today? And Chris and I say, yeah, no problem. Agent 1 hands us that document. They read it to us and ask Chris and I if we have any questions. Now, I want you to put yourself in my chair in the real world we all live in today. 1, 2, 3, 4. Number 1, this nice person, Agent 1, whom I just met, has been in my house 4 minutes. Right? They've obviously made it really clear that they are a professional person and they're going to walk me through a formal process. Agreed? I want you to ask yourself this, please. How much formal process do you own and possess in this business? What type of professional structure do you have every time you meet with a consumer? How much do you really have? Because I'm going to remind you what you guys already know. People who are intelligent, educated, busy, and have responsibilities, they like working with people that have structure. Right? And the higher you go up the food chain with people of wealth and your area is driven in it. Education, success, and stress, the more people appreciate working with an individual that has structure, and they will pay you more for that. How much do you really have? Next, I'm a really busy man. You're really busy people, and I really like that. Put yourself in my chair. Realistic. If we list our home with Agent 1, I surely do not want to wonder if they're going to communicate with us every week. Right? I've got, you guys, I have my own kids, I have my own family, I have my own business, and I have my own drama. And I really like that. Next, if we interview a second realtor in the region, or a third, which you folks are so confident people do, and you are precisely correct. If we interview a 2 or a 3, do you guys honestly think that number 2 or 3 are going to show up this week and give something like that Chris and I read up front? No way. That's why I'm here. Next, according to this, if Agent 1 does not communicate with Chris and I every week, what will they lose? What will they lose?
$100.
That's what I said. And Stuart goes, Rick, it's not the $100. Tell everybody $100, $200, $300, whatever makes them happy, fine. Tell them modify accordingly. They're never going to miss a week anyway if they work with you guys, because you're going to automate their business from day one, and they're never going to miss a week anyway. And I said, you're right. He said, Rick, the bigger message that you need to teach everybody is this. Tell them all that the higher you go up the food chain with people that work hard, that have a real business, that make real money, that don't just talk about it all the time, that really do it. Tell everybody that the more that those type of people appreciate working with a realtor that has what's called skin in the game. You guys ever heard anybody say that to you in your life?
Yes.
That's called an investment in the deal. You nice folks will be so shocked no matter how great you are in this room and how long you've been doing it or how new you are. You nice folks will be so shocked how people so quickly will teach you more politely, professionally, and positively when you learn to work with them. You'll be further shocked your relationships and referrals will grow fast. So let's go to another one. So you can say something to somebody in our world, and that's very professional. I guarantee this, that is solid. But the written word in our society is 7 times more powerful than what you say. That is a fact. And the marketing of the written word is how you will get paid.
and that is what I am here to teach you. You guys hear these words every day in all of your offices. Coldwell Banker, C21, KW, BHHS, Sotheby's, blah, blah, blah. Oh, believe me, I get it. You know what words you guys hear all the time? You hear words like marketing, right? Mm-hmm. You hear prospecting, yes?
Yes.
Lead generation,
Yeah.
advertising, right? What do they all equal? An appointment. They all equal an appointment. So how do you get to the table with a seller without spending a fortune, getting frustrated, doing things that aren't working, consumers treating you worse? How do you get to the table consistently? Because these agents made those mistakes. You need to learn what people fear the most about listing their home with a realtor in America. What does an American consumer in 2019 fear 3.5 times more than anything else about listing their house with a real estate agent? It's very simple. They fear getting locked into a contract with a realtor that does not perform. What they fear, and they say to us over and over when we interview them, is they fear someone like us showing up, slapping the house up on the MLS, walking away, not doing much, and making thousands for doing it. And you can thank the internet for that. It's worse now than ever. And you guys have learned that every seller thinks their house is better than the other seller, right? Respectfully. I know. If you learn to list homes in a polite manner, not be pushy, not be salesy, and give people control, you are going to have a killer business. This is excellent. Look at what they do. This is called the Easy Exit Listing Agreement. There's the Easy Exit, the Great Escape, Instant Amnesty, Hassle-Free, Fire Me. I've got 6 versions of the dang thing, you guys. I told you it's all template-driven. You're all hip to that, right? Please say yes.
Yes.
Don't photograph the content, please. It's all template-driven. You can make it ugly. You can make it pretty. Whatever you want to do, it's cool. It's all proven it's going to work. But here's where some of you will learn more. I could give you the content on a napkin, and we don't think it works. We've proven it over and over again with folks just like you right out the door. So let me teach you what to do. This says Easy Exit Listing. Right here, it says, John, takes the risk and fear of listing your home with a real estate agent. A, you can cancel your listing at any time. Now, maybe that's not for you. Maybe it is. Everybody's different. We're going to teach you to modify it anyway. How about within 24 hours, within 48, within 72? Okay. 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. No problem. Give me 7 days right to rectify any professional situation. Okay. With brokerage or management approval, perhaps? We'd like to reserve first right to refer to an agent interrupts before doing so. Okay. By reimbursement of 50% of my marketing expenses, Mr. and Mrs. Because this is a $3.86 million listing. And you are asking me to do this, this, and this in order to get the listing. Because I know exactly how sellers treat you. And I told you I don't really need to do that and spend the money there. I've shown you I need to do this, this, and this, but you're making it very clear, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, that you won't give me the listing unless I do this and this. Everybody with me so far?
Yes.
So if I agree to do that, and you bail on me, I think it's fair you credit me back 75% of my expenses. Everybody with me so far?
Yes.
I give you 50 modifications. But here's the best part. Why on earth would you ever want to work with a seller who's going to treat you like that anyway and play games? And are they really going to cancel? I want you to hold that thought, please. B, you can relax knowing you won't be locked into a lengthy contract. Do people fear the contract, folks?
Yes. Yes.
Everybody in this room knew it before you met me today, but as promised, different meeting and you're more educated. It's 3.5 times a greater fear. That's a statistical fact and these agents know it because they're educated differently. C, enjoy the caliber of service confident to make this offer. So now, Agent 1 has been in my house 8 minutes. Please look ahead because some of you will really relate to this because you're visual. Agent 1 has now been in my house 8 minutes. The first 4 minutes, they walked me through page 1 of their presentation, the communication guarantee. Y'all remember that? The second 4 minutes, they've been through page 2, the easy exit. They're 2 pages deep of 9, and I promise you the other 7 are just compelling. They're 8 minutes of my house. Okay? How's Agent 1 doing so far with Chris and I? How's the meeting going so far? They are killing the ball. Blasting it down the fairway, down the middle, every time. Why? Why are we happy? Because they've given us all the control. This is what I'm here to teach you guys. When you learn to give people control, you're going to have a great business. They have it anyway before we show up, folks. And according to you, and I acknowledge you were correct, they're interviewing at least 3, and we're getting as many 4s and 5s and 3s in some of your offices around here. And please don't forget the internet. It's in second gear of 6, and it is coming. And it is called Amazon. And those people can care less about us and our families. And the consumer is not loyal. You've got to change it up. Now, how did you get to my house? Some of you need to hear this. So I'm going to remind you of something in the state of California. And yes, I have a very deep legal background, but you don't need one to know this. You guys all know that in the state of California, do you know the state contract gives people the right to cancel anyway?
Yes.
Do you nice people know that?
Yes.
Okay. So look, I'm not teaching you to get to the table with people and walking them through a contract. You're all smart, intelligent people. I'm teaching you to get to the table. So how do you get to the table? So let's say you've been marketing. This is so important for some of you nice folks. Let's say you've been marketing this concept the last 3, 6, 9 months online and off. And if you guys don't like the 2 I showed you, a polite reminder, there's 19 different guarantees. You only need 1 for a seller and 1 for a buyer that you like, and there's more than enough choices. But here's the learning point for some of you nice people. Because I've got to assume you know who the top players are in this region. And I've got to assume you look at their marketing, because I know exactly what's going on. How many of you in the last year in this entire region have seen a realtor marketing this concept consistently, any way, online or off, every week and every month? How many of you have seen someone doing this? 1. That's why I'm here. So if you're here to learn what not good agents do, there's a lot of good agents. If you're here to learn what people do that are top in the state, not the city, this is what they all do. They're experts at building trust. They're not pushy. They all guarantee their performance in writing and market it consistently every week, every month. I want you to ask yourself this, please. I'm going to move to a different subject. Do you guarantee your performance in writing, and do you position it? Do you market it every week, every month? We are experts at this. We'll change your business in 30 days. And if we're not for you, this is super powerful. Moving on. I want to talk about expireds for 4 minutes because it doesn't take 5. Okay? Because you guys have all heard more than one person in your office talk about expireds. Agreed?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So, this is Larry. Larry works for Sotheby's. Not that it matters, you guys. He's 38 years as a broker. They're all over 30 years, by the way. I forgot to tell you that. I don't think it's that big of a deal, but I want you to know. So, all 6 of these agents are really good at expireds, you guys. But Larry's better. So, Larry came to us and he said, hey, for the last 9 years in a row, 72.3% of my income has come solely from expired listings, regardless of the economy and the marketplace. And I got to respectfully say to you, we didn't believe it. When we've been doing this a long time, I don't have anybody on my executive team less than 20 years tenure. Sharp men and women. I'm privileged they work with me. We've seen our share. I've heard 30%. I've heard 40%. I've even heard some people 50%. I've never heard an agent on the planet 70 anything percent of their income come from expireds. So we ran the numbers and it was true. And we were blown away. But let me tell you why we picked Larry, which will teach you 10 times more. You know why we really picked the guy? Because over 90% of the expireds this man ultimately agrees to work with, they all call him when they receive this initial package. No cold calling, no door knocking, not one. And we were impressed. So what is this? This is a turnkey, duplicatable, proven to the tip, first class real estate agent expired system. There are 4 versions of it. They just look different. Whatever you want, fine. Just duplicate it. If you need help doing that, my team's going to do it for you. I'll get to that at the end. Some of you will love that. Okay? We give you the plan. We give you the tool. We hold you by the hand. We don't think it works. We've proven it. We spent 6 months testing it out there. Step 1, step 2, step 3. It's a no-brainer. This will easily generate a deal a month. Conservatively. You might have to drive 7 miles, one way or another, but I'm sure you'd go there to pick up your check. Correct? So what is an expired listing in any market in America? That's someone raising their hand saying, hey, I want to sell, but the other agent didn't get it done. Correct?
Yeah.
And for everyone out there that thinks it's worth twice as much as it is, respectfully, we don't care. Because we don't want every deal, we don't need every deal. We don't cold call or door knock anybody, not one person. We're way more educated, we have a way better tool, and we attract a higher probability consumer. So what if you do this? It'll work. What if you do half wrong? It will still work. How long will this take? 3 hours and 20 minutes a week. How do we know that? We track and retrack folks just like you, not a shred different. Right out the door. Everybody in here runs a business. Every business on planet Earth requires time and money. Your goal should be as little time as possible in real estate, as little money as possible invested, and get the highest return. Correct? You got to give me 3 hours and 20 minutes a week to work this tool if you decide to invest in our program. There's no shortcuts. There's no magic pill. Anybody who ever tries to sell you anything and tells you it works with you without doing anything is not telling you the truth. You got to give me 3 hours a week. Let's say an hour a day for 3 days a week fits your lifestyle. Okay. Maybe you'll jam 3 hours and 20 minutes all into one day because that's cool for you. I don't know yet. But being relevant, as you can tell I am, and as I assume you are, some of you are never going to pull it off in 3 hours and 20 minutes a week. You know why? Because you're not a shred different than me. Right? You're married. Right? You have kids, soccer, family, baseball, life, right? Marriage, parents, health, right? Drama. More drama. Anybody liking drama? I had my share today. So what? It takes 9 hours a week. Big deal. It'll easily generate a deal a month. But here's my proposal to you. Let's say I'm wrong. No problem, I'm wrong. We're not perfect. We're very good, but we're not perfect. Okay? This will generate a deal a month, but let's say I'm wrong, and let's just say it generates 1 deal a quarter, which is a joke. That's a joke with us. You could throw up on yourself and pass out and do a deal a quarter with us. There's 4 quarters in the year, and one of your 4 deals is going to go sideways and explode. Because you guys know people don't always tell you the truth, right? And they play games, correct?
Yeah.
And maybe the wife doesn't like you, or the husband's rude, or whatever. And you're going to do everything right, but it's going to come down to the wire and you're not going to get paid. And the deal's going to blow up. But 3 are going to stick. What does 3 extra deals mean? Every one of you nice folks in this room on one side of 1 deal and GCI before splits at the lowest average level. That means 60. And I'm low, and y'all know that. Maybe you like that. I don't know. Rick, I work a lot. I work evenings, I work weekends, I have kids, consumers are complicated. My cell phone never stops. I'm spending more money, I'm not getting the leads. It's so competitive, all my competitors are discounting. I need to make some money, I need to change. Well,